Yeah, man. That that freedom of choice, you know, move choice to the side and say, what about my freedom of expression or who I am, what I'm going through, what I want to go through, what I want to try, what I want to try to be. Sometimes you just have to move different things around, different words around, different phrases around, and see what fit. You know what I'm saying? You know, take on a few different attributes, traits from different wheelhouses, and find out what fit. But you know, something ought to sink in from, you know, people in your life from the past and so forth to the present. That's inspirational in a way that advice was given that you didn't know nothing about. See, nobody told you about what to put in the well house or what that means to use it for later. Like somebody told me, pick up what they put down. See, sometimes that's how you got to learn things. So once you do that and you make it a habit, a good habit, and then you have to learn how to put things into practice. You learn how to put things into practice, so you take small steps. You know, you can load your wheelhouse up all you want to, but make sure when you loading it up, it's like, man, remind me to think about that. Remind me to use that. Remind me to try that. You just have to find out when and where you can put things. So see, so on one hand, having an empty warehouse is good. On the other hand, it's a bad thing, depending on where you at. But you're gonna need those different things. And like I said, they can come from anywhere, from anybody, from anything. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be one set place where it comes from. It's just that if you can use it, put it in your warehouse. There you go. That's when people, when they say you acting fake or you're not acting yourself, it's like you was with somebody, you was in a situation and you grab something from them and then they hear you with it 2 days later. But y'all wasn't really all cool, you know, you just breezed through and got something. That's where the friction comes in. Like we used to say, that's where you become a biter. See what I'm saying? That's the problem we have. Because sometimes, you know, now that you know that, and people be like, well, man, I'm not going to just do nothing. I'm going to just try to think of something on my own. That's not going to work all the time. Somebody told me a long time ago, you got to go within yourself. It's like, well, shit, first, I got to find myself. You know, just finding yourself a little bit helps. That's what helps you reach out to different things and different people to like pull, say, can I borrow that? Oh, that's wise. I'm gonna use that. You know, and you just, it's laying a foundation for your mind, body, and soul. Cause you gotta develop your spirit. See, it ain't that people got dead spirits. It's the spirit is dormant. It ain't really doing nothing. It's not interacting with the soul. It's not interacting with the mind. It ain't interacting with the body. Motherfuckers is just you know you just going day to day doing what you do. You know what that's called, right? You got a routine. See, once you get a spirit might not have a routine. Call it a bright idea. Call it inspiration. What else they call that thing when you get the light bulb? Epiphany. All these big ass words. Call it what you want to. We work in mysterious ways. You know, things work in mysterious ways. You never know what you may see that may help you do something different that nobody else is doing. You don't know. You don't know. You don't know. How you know? You know what I'm saying? How you know? You ain't tried nothing new. You don't know nothing. You ain't willing to explore yourself. Well, see, you got to get rid of that phobia. You got to get rid of that phobia. You know, they said last night I had a long talk with myself, and last night changed it all. Well, for me personally, I feel that way. Last night changed it all. I won't say that, but I would say last night I had a long talk with myself. You know what I'm saying? And then you put that together, and it's like, okay, yes, man, I break through. Bum. Okay, so next. You know what I'm saying? Some things I'm telling you for your own good. You just gotta get you gotta learn how to empty them pots. You gotta learn how to empty them pots. And it's just more than you hear me talking about a pot. You know what I'm talking about. But you know, it's more than one pot. Mind got a pot, soul got a pot, spirit got a pot, pot to piss in, nothing to throw it out, all that. There's pots all over the place. You know what I'm saying? See how they go? See how they go? It's a beautiful, I'm telling you, when you get in tune, now you might not get on this level. I'm not gonna kid you. I done told you. Don't kid yourself. But the point is, you don't know what level you can get your spirituality on, your consciousness on. You don't know what level you can elevate it on if you don't learn how to clear it. It's all just clearing stuff out of the way so you can get to that pot. Then once you get to that pot, you be like, okay, then you gotta learn how to clear that pot out. You gotta empty out that bag. You gotta dump that bag periodically like oil in the car. You got to change it periodically because it'll just sit there and it'll gum up. And that's your mental state. That's your adventure. That's your, you know, want to experience new things in life, different people. You know what I'm saying? You know how I get. We get crowded into what we know and then we go on about our day to day and that's it. We don't do too much else or nothing else. You know, we just fine with that. But when when you're a creative type, when you want to experiment with something, you know what I'm saying? That's why I'm trying to drop these pillars in different areas so you guys can gravitate to that pillar. And it's not just a beacon, it's something that you can hold on to that is tried, tested, true, proven, that if you hold on to it right, meaning you think about something the right way, you can withstand a little something. But then you got to let that pillar go and walk out there and get out there on your own with it. But I'm telling you, once you can empty that thing, once you can empty that pot out, you know, phobias and mysteries and things, they just start dropping away from it. And then you're going to get that scale up out your system. The scale of judgment. See, that thing going to troll it, it's going to just rise up out of you. It's just going to get, that scale is going to lift up out of you. And you're going to be like the boy said, no flex zone. Well, you're going to have a no judgment zone in a minute because it's not even going to matter. It ain't even going to matter. All you worrying about is will I stay intact? Well, you bound up right now. So what intact is you talking about if you trying to look for something new? If you're trying to discover something or something in you that you know that you've been trying to pull out but you didn't know the right way, well, goddamn it, you ain't trying hard enough. You know what I'm saying? You ain't trying hard enough. I got you. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. Shorty swing my way. You know how it's gonna. You know how we gonna do. We gonna make sure you know you can empty out some pots. You know, yours. And so on and so forth. That's the beauty of doing what you love. That they said, you know, once you do what you love, it don't feel like working. It's the same thing. I'm trying to find out a title or something while I'm in the third. What could I call what I'm doing? Something that ain't nobody else is talking about doing. You know, I need something. You know, I need something for me to call what I'm doing like this here. See, so I'm funny because see, mine, I got to help the pride. I got to help them empty them pots, man. I got to get them pots empty. And you know, I got to keep this bag empty, and I got to empty them pots. And I got to empty them pots out, dog. And I'm the right man for the job. I'm the right motorcycle for that job too. I love it, and I hate that word job. And work don't like it no more. But yes, I got to do it. I got to have it. I got to have it, dog. Because see, you know, everybody talking about change. Well, don't be talking about change, and then when change come knocking at the door, you know, now all of a sudden it's a different story. Well, what you talking about? Then he come in, change in the cup. He ain't talking about, they ain't finna do nothing. I said, well, okay. I hear you on that. It was kind of funny. I chuckled, but at the same time, you know, you don't want that. Go ahead and explore them options. Take yourself as far as you can. Let go, and then grasp back onto them pillars. They there. You boom. You see that? That's a pillar. See, you got to know how to spot them. You got to know what shit is, dog. Ladies, gentlemen, you got to know what shit is when you see it. It's okay if you miss it. I made a mistake, and that's okay. That's okay. You know, you go on, do what you got to do, come back, and it's still there intact. That's the same thing. Boom. You see that if they flashing it to you, you see it. That's a pillar. 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 But your pot, you got to dump that bag. And once you dump that bag, you have to learn how to get that pot clean. When you clean that pot, you know what I'm saying, you got to go back and learn how to clean your own pots and dump your own bags. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to install a pot. See what I'm saying? I'm trying to install a pot and a bag. Ain't no trying. It's already there. I'm trying to, you know, to get that pot, put something in that pot. And then when I put something in that pot, I got to clean that pot out. But then I got to show them how to clean that pot out. And I got to show the other one how to empty that goddamn bag. Put that bag in and learn how to empty that son of a bitch out and get you a pot and a bag. And I want this one, you know, I got to get you a bag and a pot and a couple pots. So put some pots up in there, man, so you can learn that, so you can maintain, so you don't feel like you losing anything about yourself. You're not gonna lose anything about yourself. You're not gonna be, you know, y'all don't understand. We all got the same different type of phobias or whatnot. We all do. So don't even trip about that. We all the same, one way or the other. You just ain't as good as me. Holla. Oh, boop, boop.